sisi kama Jubilee na PNU tumesema tutahusika kwa utaratibu wa kuchagua candidate yule ataombea kiti ya urais kwa tikiti ya joint or united opposition. Sawa sawa. Lakini lazima tuketi tukubaliane conditions ni gani, na tumeo hizo condition lazima siwe na uasi na siwe participatory. Sawa sawa. Lazima Wakenya ndio washikandao wa hii mambo wawe wamehusishwa kwa process ya kuchagua huyo candidate. Sawa sawa. Hiyo ndio msimamo yetu. Si msimamo ya Matiang'i peke yake, ni sisi sote. Yeye ni candidate wetu. Sawa sawa. Sasa hii ingine ya kupiganisha tuachane na hii. First of all, ni vizuri tujue united opposition iko, lakini hakuna framework imetengenezwa mpaka sasa ya utaratibu wa kuchagua yule atakuwa flag bearer. Kwa hivyo ile inapeanwa kila mahali ni maoni. Sawa sawa. Ingawa kunao wanataka kupeana impression wao ndio watachagua. Yule atachaguliwa lazima iwe process ambayo ni ya uwazi na ambayo inahusisha washikandao wote. Na washikandao wa muhimu zaidi ni Wakenya. Kwa sababu president yule atachaguliwa atakuwa akihudumia Wakenya, si ndio? Hata kuwa akihudumu kwa shamba lake ama kwa familia yake, atakuwa akihudumia Wakenya. Na kwa hivyo kwa sababu Wakenya wanataka alternative ya ile serikali ambayo iko ambayo imeshindwa na kazi, lazima hiyo alternative iwe imehusisha Wakenya kuchagua. Hivyo ndivyo tunasema sisi. Hivyo ndivyo tunasema. Sawa sawa. Sasa sisi kama Jubilee na PNU tumeshikana tukasema kiongozi wetu kwa hiyo kiti ni Matiang'i. Lakini process ikifika iseme sio yeye ni mwingine na iwe ni process ya uwazi, tuko tayari kuunga hiyo mkono. Tunataka hiyo iwe wazi. Tunaelewana? Kwa hivyo tuko kwa hiyo harakati pamoja ya kuchagua mmoja ambaye atakuwa muombea wa kiti ya urais kwa alliance ya opposition. Sawa sawa. Sasa sisi tumeanza hapa kama vile tunajuana, Waislamu hujuana kwa vilemba. Sisi tunajuana vizuri. Ndio tumeanza hapa. Tuko na vyama vingine pia ambao ni marafiki ambao tunazungumza nao, na tutaketi pia waingie kwa hiki kapu yetu tuendelee kufanya hiyo kazi pamoja. Unaelewana? Pia tumechagua kamati. Yes, Secretary General alisahau kuwaambia ni muhimu. Tumechagua kamati ambayo itaketi sasa technical committee to work out the nitty-gritty of this arrangement, this agreement, this relationship. So those questions you are asking are coming too early. Whether there will be zoning, whether there will be joint candidates in those other seats, all those things will be answered in a framework that a technical committee already made of Secretary Generals and the Executive Directors is working on. Sawa sawa?
Let us hit the nail on the head kindly, because this has come up from...
As you are all aware, as the nation is aware, that PNU and Jubilee have been old allies. The party leaders of Jubilee and the former party leader of PNU set the transformative agenda that this country has been run on for the last 20 years. Of course, all these principles are being washed down the drain. So it only made sense that strategically the Party of National Unity and Jubilee synergize their efforts and resources towards the 2027 general elections. So of course we have resolved that we are going to come up with a framework agreement on how to engage as the Party of National Unity and Jubilee, as we have done before, because this is not the first time that we are going to collaborate. Of course, and for the avoidance of doubt, it needs to be clear that whatever we've decided to do today does not preclude other political parties or other individuals of like mind. That needs to be very clear. And it also needs to be very clear that this arrangement is within the ambit of the united opposition. So that needs to come out very, very clearly. I think that is all from me.
I think it's important for the Kenyan people to know that we have started this work today. and we are going to work together. And that is why we are starting our engagement in a way that is all inclusive, not just for the two parties, but to the Kenyan people. We are expecting other parties to join us. As my colleague has said, it does not affect the other parties or other formations, but I believe that there are many other parties that are willing to join us. We cannot for sure tell you now what our plans are, because that's what the agreement will contain. And when the time comes, we shall definitely give you the details of the agreement. But I can assure you that any engagement will be all inclusive. But the bottom line is, we have our presidential candidate, and that's our presidential candidate. And if at any one time in the future they'll need to engage other parties, we shall engage them. And that's why we have said, as Jubilee and PNU, if there'll be any discussions in future, we are going to the table as a team, to the negotiation table, we are going as a team. But for now, we know our president, and I'm sure many other parties know him as our president, and maybe there. So I think those are things that the details that you have asked will come in future. But at least we started with the first step, which is very, very important and crucial for this country.
That yes, we were scheduled to have a retreat to plan so many things, institutionalization and so on and so forth. But it was postponed because the date could not work for some members of the group. And I think our co-conveners, and that's why, you know, I'm very hesitant to speak about this, because even as United Opposition, we have a structure we have subscribed to that we would like to respect as we move forward. And we have two co-conveners and a spokesperson. They are the ones who are supposed to address these issues in terms of, you know, what will happen and so on. And when a date is found for the retreat, we will get communication from our official spokesperson of the United Opposition or from the two co-conveners. And then we will go ahead. We have had so many meetings before. There was nothing unique about the retreat that was going to happen. And I don't think that even the next one will be unique. We are going to have many, many more meetings. I keep emphasizing this. I think it's important for the people of Kenya. My brothers and sisters, this is a journey. And it is not something that is going to be addressed and sorted out in a day. Building consensus. Look around the world and study, even coalition governments. Look at Europe, look at Israel and the others. To get people to align them, to align their visions, their platforms, their plan of government, it takes time. I don't know why we expect that it will be, you know, a 1 day or 2 days affair. We are on a journey, and we hope that by God's grace, that journey will culminate in the best interests of the people of Kenya getting better leadership. That's all. So let's not, you know, speculate too much. And then there was no question of reservations. What I had my views on how, because your colleagues asked me, how do I think a presidential candidate should be chosen? And I said, I don't know. We are going to agree when we get there. But in my view, from where I sit, it ought to be an inclusive process, because in alliance building and coalition building, process is as important as the outcome itself. Because if you have 5 candidates, you're going to go through a process where 4 candidates are going to come back without being nominated the flag bearers. They must have a basis, a credible basis of conviction, to tell their supporters that we sat in, you know, in that place, we went through this process, and we arrived at X or Y as the candidate. And since we are bound by that arrangement, let us now support that candidate. That is how you achieve your objectives. But you see, if you operate on the basis of a conspiracy, you will not achieve your objectives, because how will those other 4 who are not nominated go back to their supporters and address them? How will they explain to them why they are not the candidate? Because if our interest is unity and to bring everybody together, then honestly there is no substitute for inclusion, including the public, and ensuring that we are open and transparent about these issues, talking to people. Maybe you guys from the media, because you are serious guys, you know, from the media, you should even organize a presidential debate for opposition candidates, so that we come before the people of Kenya. What are we hiding? We are not looking for family leadership, we are looking for public leadership. The people of Kenya should be involved in the process all along. Thank you.